משנה ו' משנתנו ממשיכה בשינויים שהיו במקדש ביום הכיפורים. Our Mishnah teaches us more differences that were in the temple on Yom Kippur. בכל היום היו על מזבח שבעזרה 4 מערכות. So on the big altar on the courtyard, there used to be 4 fires. Yeah, 4 fires. We're going to see what they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, like on the corners. של עצים בוערים. No, on top. On top. It was made out of 4 מדורות, like bonfires. Never inside. Never. Always on top, like wood, like, פירמידה של wood. ומפורש בברייתא בגמרא, the Braita explains in the Gemara, ראשונה says, why do you need 4? Why not one is enough? ראשונה מערכה גדולה. So the first one is called the מערכה גדולה, the big bonfire. שעליה מקריבים את התמיד ומורי שאר קרנות. This is the main fire. This is you burn all day. On the fire. So not
on the stone. You put it on the fire.
On the fire, it's on the wood.
On the wood.
It was very hot.
I always thought that there is a stone and there is fire.
No.
It's
on the fire, on the wood. That's why a guy comes with the coals. You remember, he takes the coals all the time in the morning. No. From the top. Everything is on the top. שהיו מקריבים תמיד ואמורי שאר הקורבנות. That was the main fire. All the sacrifices used to be burnt over there, pretty much, on the big fire. שנייה, שממנה נותנים גחלי לאש למזבח שבהיכל. The second one, you will make a small little bonfire, and for that you will take incense. It calls for the incense in the heichal, because you don't want it to be with the fat of the other limbs. You want it, you want it clean, very good. להקטיר עליו הקטורת. So you have another fire going on the side just for the incense. שלישית לקיום האש. The third one is נר תמיד. This is called the נר תמיד. This is the one that's always stay alight. כמו שכתוב, like it says, והאש על המזבח תוקד בו לא תכבה. It says the fire on the altar should be burned on it, it should never be there. ורביעית, and the fourth one, לאיברי התמיד של בין הערביים. The fourth one was, I don't think this is the halacha, but we're going to learn it anyway. The fourth one is the use to bring the mincha sacrifice, the tamid sacrifice on it, because maybe it was the shachris was already too much meat on it. So for the fourth one, they will give that one. שלא הספיקו להישרף כל הלילה. So this is the ones that you
finish burning it.
והיום, but on Yom Kippur, there was a one more, extra one, 5, fifth one. Why do you need a fifth one? ביום הכיפורים היו 5 מערכות עצים על המזבח. In Yom Kippur there were 5. שהוסיפו מערכה מיוחדת. They added one more coals, one more bonfire, ליטול ממנה גחלים לקטור את הכהן הגדול ומכניס לקודש הקודשים. To take the coals that goes into the holies of holies. You wouldn't use the regular coals for the incense, you would use another fire for the incense. That's for Yom Kippur. Okay. This is דברי רבי מאיר. This is according to Rabbi Meir. הסובר שהיו 4 מערכות בכל יום. That he thinks that every day there used to be 4 bonfires. I don't think that's the halacha. I think there were only 3. But let's see. רבי יוסי אומר, בכל יום 3. Rabbi Yossi says, no, there were not 4 fires, there were only 3 fires. מערכות היו לו המזבח, מערכה גדולה, the one, like we said, for the tamid sacrifice and the other sacrifices, מערכה שנייה של קטורת, the second one for the incense, and the third one for that will be there forever. In other words, the one for the afternoon, he would use the same one. They would not use a different one for the afternoon and the morning. It was the same fire.
No, it's not for the afternoon. It's for all the leftovers from last night afternoon.
Yeah, that's what you say. You would not use a new one. The one that you did.
Probably if נשאר, אם זה נשאר הבשר.
You will have to burn it.
זה פיגול.
Yeah, so that's why you need to burn it quickly. So according to them, you make another bonfire so it will burn quicker. Yeah, so he said, no, there's not necessary. Fire is fire. What's the difference? You just add more to the fire. You don't need another one. You make it bigger, but you don't need another fire for it. He said, it doesn't make sense. So he says, והיום 4. But today, on Yom Kippur, it's going to be 4th one. וביום הכיפורים, הערכה הרביעי לקטורת המיוחדת ליום. He agrees that in Yom Kippur you have another one for the incense. So everything is the same. כמו שביארנו לעיל, like we explained above. רבי יוסי סובר שלא הייתה מיוחדת, מערכה מיוחדת לאיברים שלא נשרפו כל הלילה. You didn't take another fire for the ones that weren't burnt yet. אלא היו שורפים אותם בצדי המערכה הגדולה. They would burn them on the same one, on the side. It says, you don't need to make another fire for them. רבי יהודה אומר, רבי יהודה says, no, בכל יום 2. It says, every day there will only be 2 fires over there. מערכה גדולה ומערכה שנייה של קטורת. There will be the big fire, like we know, and then the incense fire. And in other words, there will not be ner tamid. There will not ner tamid. It says ner tamid means the fire itself. What do you need another? I have a big fire, I need a small fire next to it. What's the idea? והיום 3. But it says in Yom Kippur you need 3. Again, probably for the incense. מערכה נוספת לקטורת המיוחדת של יום כיפורים. So they all agree that for Yom Kippur you need 2 fires for the incense. שלדעת רבי יהודה, אף מערכה לקיום...
The extra one for Yom Kippur.
For Yom Kippur, for the incense. For the incense. אף מערכה לקיום האש לא הייתה. So he says there was not ner tamid over there. מערכה גדולה למדים לדברי הכוס. So let's see where they take, what's their information. Where did they take these ideas from? So מערכה גדולה, so the big fire everybody learns, everybody agrees on the big fire, it needs to be there. How? מן הכתוב, because there's a verse. היא העולה על מוקדה, על המזבח כל הלילה. It needs to go burning the entire night. It burns all the limbs over there. That's, everybody agrees. That's one fire. מערכה שנייה של קטורת, the second one of the incense, למדים ממה שנאמר, you learn from what it says, ואש המזבח תוקד בו. And the fire of the altar will be lit in it. מערכה So they learned that for the incense. Because when the incense says, ואש המזבח תוקד בו, in it. In other words, it's a separate fire, not the same fire. מערכה לקיום האש. What about the ner tamid? So למדים רבי יוסי ורבי מאיר. רבי יוסי ורבי מאיר agree, not Rabbi Yehuda, as we're going to say. Rabbi Yehuda doesn't agree with it. But Rabbi Yossi and Rabbi Meir, they learn it from what it says. והאש על המזבח תוקד בו לא תכבה. It says it should not be extinguished. Which means you should make sure that there's another fire, so if this one gets extinguished, you immediately transfer. Yeah. אבל רבי יהודה סובר שלא הייתה מערכה לקיום האש. So what does he do with the words לא תכבה? והוא דורש מפסוק זה שהמבעיר קסמים דקים כדי להצית עצי המערכה הגדולה, לא ידליקם למטה ויעלם כשהם דולקים למזבח. He learns it. What does it mean לא יכבה? It means that you don't transfer it from off the מזבח and into the מזבח. It means that everything has to be done on the altar. אלא ידליקם בראש המזבח דווקא. You don't take it fire from off and on. You light it on everything else. That's what he learned, לא תכבה. ברם, החולקים עליו למדים דבר זה מן הכתוב. They already know it. He says, we don't need this verse for it. To tell Rabbi Yehuda, we know it from another verse. ויתנו בני אהרון הכהן אש על המזבח. It says they have to give fire on the altar. So you don't need this verse.
They have to bring it every day.
Yeah, also but it says on the altar, so I know I'm not allowed to give it for somewhere else. מערכה רביעית נדרשת, the fourth one, how do we know? לדברי רבי מאיר, מהוו של ואש המזבח. It doesn't need ו, and the fire of the altar. אבל שאר התנאים אינם דורשים את הוו, והלכה כרבי יוסי. And the halacha is like Rabbi Yossi, that what? בכל יום? No, Rabbi Yossi says בכל יום 3. Every day 3. Rabbi Meir says 4. Rabbi Meir says 4. Yeah, Rabbi Meir says 3. So, Yom Kippur 4. So every day there were 3 fires, on Yom Kippur there were 4 fires. We're